Time. Let's get to China. Tensions between China and Taiwan are climbing. China announcing it is suspending nuclear talks with Washington due to ongoing arms sales to Taiwan. That as both Joe Biden and Donald Trump ramp up talk of increased restrictions on exports to China. Economist Stephen Roach is considered one of the world's leading experts on China. He is a former Morgan Stanley Asia chairman and is now a Yale senior fellow. Stephen, always great to see you.
Thanks, Melissa. Great to talk to you.
There was a lot of chatter on trading floors around the country about an imminent invasion of Taiwan by China. How do you view that? I mean, what are the odds of that in your view?
Odds of that are extremely low right now. If it came, it would be initiated by China. They've got major problems with their economy right now. They're just coming out of a very big policy meeting. The agenda has yet to be fully released, but the last thing they want to do is complicate their domestic issues with an external shock like invading Taiwan.
All right. So you're saying it's just chatter, which is, I'm sure, a relief here. But, you know, in terms of policy and the next administration, be it a Democratic or Republican one, are tensions just, do you expect them to be any different? Will they be any more ratcheted up or less so under any particular administration? Does it matter? Are they destined to go higher?
Well, I think it does matter. You have to try to disentangle the two. Biden is more focused on tightening the noose on Chinese technology, and I think the repercussions on chip stocks were more a reflection of what Biden has been talking about with respect to sanctions on advanced semiconductors and AI-enabled chips coming from NVIDIA. Trump is more the tariff man, and his tariff proposal is draconian compared to the one that he unleashed in 2018 and 2019. That would clearly be a negative for China, but is less of a Taiwan threat than the more targeted actions of the Biden administration right now.
So, Stephen, I know that you said it's a very small chance that they would invade Taiwan, but if you look at the timeline, I've seen some interesting stats where they really target 2025 to 2027. So 2027 is the centennial of the PLA. And then once you get to 2035, demographics work against them. So if you had to put odds on a time period, because obviously we could all be wrong, and you could be surprised with an invasion, is there a time period where you think it would happen if it were going to happen?
Later rather than sooner. China, there's lots of rumors in the West really focused on the year 2027, supposedly some intelligence that is captured remarks by President Xi of targeting that date. I don't believe that. I think, again, China is more interested in the long game here. They do not want to destabilize still the one country, two systems approach. They are concerned about the new sort of pro-independence bias of the newly installed President Lai. They're also concerned about the pro-independence bipartisan bias in the U.S. Congress. What Trump has said in his Bloomberg interview is, we're not really going to lean aggressively against deterring China from invading Taiwan. Taiwan needs to be able to fund its own defense. We'll treat it as an insurance policy. They want to pay the premium. We'll protect them. But that does not sound nearly as aggressive as the current political stance in the U.S. Congress and the Biden administration right now.